Hi, I'm Sharon Winters. I serve on the Board of Trustees and the Buildings and Grounds team. Just 2 years ago, we kicked off our effort to renew, restore, and rejuvenate our 1929 sanctuary and 1967 education building to better meet the needs of our growing congregation. With close to $35,000 in generous donations from congregation members and friends, we started our effort with high visibility, relatively low-cost projects, renewing our landscaping and the 4 rooms adjoining our sanctuary, one of which I'm standing in right now, the narthex or sanctuary entrance. Working with an experienced architect, in mid-2020, we completed a 10-month effort to develop a facilities master plan. Congregation members played a key role in identifying how our facilities could better serve UUSP mission and our work in the larger community. Many of you participated in town halls and a design workshop with our architect, Martin Gold. The plan provides a prioritized and sequenced roadmap for capital improvement projects and major maintenance work over the next 15 to 20 years. It serves as a guide for planning and for budgeting. As we completed the plan, it was clear that the kitchen was the top priority among the capital improvement projects. I'll spare you photos of the kitchen 2 years ago, but many of you remember it well. Another successful fundraising campaign enabled us to take on a complete gutting and redesign of the kitchen. 16 months after completion of the facilities master plan, it's time to start an annual review of the plan. We want to step back, assess current conditions, gather input on new programmatic needs and initiatives, and reprioritize capital and maintenance projects for funding. Our annual review team includes representatives from major committees and 2 staff members. We started with a list of close to 50 potential projects identified in the facilities master plan and received 1 new project proposal from the worship committee. In assessing these projects, we used a set of guiding principles and evaluation criteria approved by the board in early 2019. The team narrowed the potential project list for 2022 to 8 projects. On the guiding principles, our facilities work will support our mission, create a more inviting home for individual and collective spiritual growth, and focus on environmental sustainability and cost-effective solutions. Our evaluation criteria stress building, usability, accessibility, and functionality, address health and safety issues, deliver a strong return on our investment, and rather than quick fixes, look for long-lasting and thorough solutions. In a moment, you'll learn more about these 8 projects from members of our annual review team. Within a week of releasing this video, we'll be sending out a survey to all congregation members asking for feedback on these projects. Let's get started.
Hello everyone, I'm Kelly Olson, your office administrator. I wanted to walk everybody through some of the improvements we were talking about for the Arlington Gate entrance. This is our entrance 6 days a week, so it's what most people see when they come to the church because they'll come to talk to me or to Reverend Ben. I wanted to start over here with our beautiful laurel oak tree. This oak is reaching the end of her life, unfortunately. And also, as she's been growing, she's pushing the block wall out over here, so which really becomes a safety issue for anybody that's walking by. So next, I wanted to come back over here to the entrance. We'll walk along the wall, and then right up here is where people enter through the gate up here. This gate, which has served us well over the years, has really become a little bit of a headache. It keeps breaking pretty regularly, so we've had to throw a bunch of money into it. And it's actually a little more foreboding than it is welcoming. So once you come in through the gate, we enter into our memorial garden over here. And then also along this way is our garden. And we were wanting to maybe improve the landscaping a little bit. The minister's office actually looks out onto this garden. And then next you are going to be talking with Reverend Aaliyah Cannon. Right through this gate here.
Hi, I'm Reverend Aaliyah Cannon from the Membership Committee, and I want to talk to you about accessibility for our congregation members. Accessibility begins in the heart. And accessibility for this church starts by creating an elevator here so that all of our members can make it up to the second floor safely and be able to use this space for all the value that it holds. By having an elevator here, we create not only a flexible but multi-use space that we can use and adapt for holding meetings, covenant groups, classes. We could bring in speakers. And not only that, for right now, it improves access to the RE department. It improves access to any volunteers that are working here. And in the future, we could even rent it out to other people and get some kind of money back on our investment. So this is really an investment on not only an education department, but on the future of this church and this congregation. Our contracting consultant, Martin, also believes that it would be a good idea to install a bridge between the buildings. And if you can see, I'm pointing between these two over here in front of me. And the bridge would also increase access between the buildings so that we don't have to build two elevators, we only have to build one. And people would be able to save the stairway for those who are able-bodied and only as necessary. So I think we should consider that in that as well. And I hope you will support this plan. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Beth Stombaugh, and I'm a member of UUSP and also a member of the Worship Committee. The project I'm going to present to you today is a sanctuary screen and projector. The screen will be installed behind the archway behind me and hidden from view unless lowered remotely. The projector will be stored in a wooden box on a crossbeam over a pew. The screen and projector are needed for many reasons, including the need for music. Since COVID has prevented us from group singing, music videos are sometimes the only way to bring group performances to the congregation. The screen and the projector will also help with worship unity. Rather than looking down at books to read the words to songs, participants can look up while singing or reciting things like our covenant. The project will increase the accessibility of our church. Currently, worship leaders who are in wheelchairs cannot get to the pulpit, but a screen would allow them to lead the congregation in worship from afar. And it will also make the church more rentable, so that will hopefully generate more revenue. Next, I'll be discussing the lift to make the chancel, stage, and pulpit area more accessible to all. This proposal meets all of our evaluation criteria and will make our church more unified and accessible to everybody. A lift supports our mission to be more inclusive, providing accessibility and functionality to the chancel, stage, and pulpit area for all people, not just able-bodied people. I believe it's an urgent need to make the church more accessible. The lift should be a low-maintenance and cost-effective solution, especially since it will make the church more rentable and generate revenue for the church, which will hopefully pay for the lift in the long run. It will allow UUSP to better fulfill our mission to recruit and maintain members of all abilities, and also to better serve everyone by allowing worship leaders with disabilities and mobility issues, and also the aging population of our congregation, to be able to access the stage area. Finally, the lift and the elevator, which will be discussed later, will not only meet all the evaluation criteria, but also assists us in following the 7 principles. The lift will allow us to respect the inherent worth and dignity of every person because no one will need to be lifted or assisted upstairs or be away from other members of the congregation. The lift will also help us follow Principle 2, but by providing equity for all. Lastly, the lift will increase the acceptance of one another by assisting us all in encouraging spiritual growth in an accessible church environment.
Gilmore Hall is among our most heavily used spaces and one of the most visually stunning, with its stone fireplace, French doors out onto the cloister, and soaring open beam ceiling. We use Gilmore Hall for coffee hour after worship service, regular church programming, special events, fundraisers, and rentals. Its high ceiling, heavy traffic, and hard surfaces make the space acoustically challenging for many congregation members and guests. Some people have simply stopped attending events in this space because they can't carry on a conversation. Acoustic renovations are the highest priority for this space. The walls and the floors need refurbishment, and the presence of the large air plenum over the French doors can be minimized. The storage room, with its two tall gold-tinted windows that are currently boarded over, could be even better utilized given its adjacency to Gilmore Hall and the sanctuary. One option is a nursery, which would help integrate religious education functions into the life of the church and provide proximity for parents during worship services and events. What do we need to do with this space? Renovations would include interior painting, floor refinishing, removal of the air conditioning plenum, and design of an improved method for delivering air into the space and reducing HVAC noise. Substantial acoustical treatment is needed and will be designed to maintain the historic integrity of the space. The addition of the kitchen food service area moves food service out of Gilmore Hall, allowing for more room for fellowship and some noise reduction. Hey, Kelly.
Hello.
So this is our kitchen renovation project in process. And we're going to move back over into the Conway hallway. And there's Leah.
Hi, Reverend Leah Cannon here again. Have you looked at this corridor? Imagine you've got an exit to the building really fast, like there's a fire or something going on, and you're going to come running out that door and you're going to run straight into the women's restroom. This is known as a fire hazard, and it's also against building code. I want to take you down this hall and show you that we don't have proper signage to show you where the exits are. And then I want to show you something that we also have wrong with these bathrooms. Not only is there no exit if you run straight into one. Okay, so have you noticed the lighting in this bathroom? It's not very comforting. It's not very warming. The aesthetics here could be so much more pleasant. We could put some UU posters on the walls. Really emphasize what we believe in. The plumbing issues have been enormous. They've been an expense for a long time. We need to look into making sure that our plumbing is going to last a while without any disasters. And then right on the other side of this wall here is the potential for some true ADA compliant bathrooms. And I believe Janae will be talking to you about that in just a second.
Hello, Janae Johnson here. I'm here to share with you the Conway Hall Rehab project. So the goal of this project is to improve the usability and functionality in this 1,800 square foot space, create multi-purpose, flexible space by adding some much needed storage space in built-in closets, improve lighting, and make the room more comfortable and inviting with some new furnishings. Also, 2 ADA bathrooms are a possible option for this project, or connected to the Conway Corridor bathroom rehab job. So if you would like, you can review this in Martin's description in the facilities master plan, starting at the bottom of page 31 and 32. So one of the largest spaces that we have in our church is in fact this space after the sanctuary. And it is well suited to host large events, too large for Gilmore Hall, as well as with the accordion doors closed, small meetings and congregational programming. So the goal is to make this space as flexible rather than dedicated to accommodate a range of congregational programming and rentals. So the addition of built-in storage can accommodate furnishings now stored in the Gilmore storage room. New furniture is needed and some carpets and the task lighting may be added. This project will enhance the building usability and functionality to provide a strong return on investment with potential to increase revenue through rentals and be a long-lasting solution.
Hi, I'm Jeff Bambro, a relatively new congregation member. I serve on the Buildings and Grounds team. Now that your annual review team has shared what they see as high priority projects that have the greatest impact for the congregation, we ask that each of you give your time and energy to review these projects and identify the ones you feel best support our congregation's work. Within a few days, an online survey will be distributed to congregation members and staff. Please know that these projects described in this presentation are still conceptual, high-level designs and not at all final, so we need to hear from each of you. We'll be asking you to prioritize projects using evaluation criteria and your own unique perspectives. Your insights will be crucial. We'll also be conducting some one-on-one interviews and Q&A sessions if that's more convenient for you. After the review of your survey results and feedback, the team will assess and narrow the list to 2 to 4 projects for 2022. We'll develop detailed proposals for those projects, which will include a needs statement, project goals, scope, cost estimates, and more. Our board treasurer and giving team will advise on funding options, and the board of trustees will then consider the project proposals and funding sources late this winter. The annual review team includes these representatives from major committees and church administration. They represent various interests and experiences and work together to identify projects that they see best serve the entire congregation and our mission. But we need your help to complete this work. To learn more about the Facilities Master Plan and to view this video again, please visit the UUSP website under About Us Facilities Master Plan. If you have questions or comments, please contact Sharon or a member of the team. To stay in the loop, watch for the monthly Renew, Restore, Rejuvenate newsletters. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video and consider these projects. We look forward to hearing from you, and we're excited to see how your input informs the improvements of our spiritual home that will further support the mission of UU St. Pete.